following the development of the last few weeks of unrest and domestic terrorism in the United States. I told you, I wish I was wrong. I was wishing I was wrong before, and unfortunately, I wasn't. I told you, I've been saying it for a long, long time, that today's Republican Party leadership has been taken over by fascism, open, blatant racism, homophobia, extremist, right-wing, violent Christians, white supremacy, misogyny, warmongering, hate-mongering, anti-science, anti-education, pro-war, you name it. It's become a fascist organization. If you want to look up the definition of fascist, go ahead and look it up. The perfect examples of fascism are Benito Mussolini's Italy and Hitler's Germany, where any dissent or any political opposition was dealt with swiftly, with violence, condemnation, incarceration, orders from the political leadership to attack those violently, attack those who opposed. And you've seen all this things happened, all these actions, one by one by one, that the Third Reich took against anybody who opposed them. All those actions, the Republican Party leadership under the guidance of Donald Trump has taken those actions, from calling the media who opposed them the enemy of the people, to calling for the Second Amendment people to murder Hillary Clinton, to running a campaign of lies against anybody who opposed them, weaponizing the right-wing media, Fox News, Newsmax, Breitbart, the rest of the Nazi trash, fascist rags that try to pass themselves off as patriotic media, when in fact they're anti-patriotic, fascist, Nazi lunatics, just like Steve Bannon and Stephen Miller, a horrendous sociopath, who, by the way, Trump never removed, even with overwhelming evidence of Stephen Miller being a fascist, white supremacist, and a guy. Here's the kicker. That you have fascist Jewish people. Because from what I've read, Stephen Miller's grandmother survived the Holocaust, I believe. correct me if I'm wrong. But you have Jared Kushner of Jewish descendancy, Jewish ancestry, uh, working for openly racist president who stokes the flame of anti-Semitism by calling these people, by calling the Nazis who marched on Charlottesville chanting, Jews will not replace us. Trump saying that those are fine people. And Trump calling out all this on the Proud Boys, the Proud Boys being a neo-Nazi, openly racist organization whose member wear shirts that have the letters, the acronym that stands for 6 million were not enough, referring to the genocide of the 6 million Jews, World War II, openly in the air, and Trump's messaging on national TV telling them that stand back and stand by. Ain't that a motherfucker? A sitting president of the United States giving orders to this Nazi goons, murderers, fascist, domestic terrorists. Tell them to stand by and we'll wait orders from him. And he gave them the orders. Sent them to attack Washington, D.C., fight like hell, and lied to everybody. And they were only too happy to oblige and take the orders from this madman, Nazi, domestic terrorist called Donald Trump. So they went in there, they attacked Washington, D.C. They killed police officers. These are the people who have that flag, by the way, which is a desecration of the United States flag. This is the same people who say Colin Kaepernick was desecrating of hundreds of years of police murdering black people. But here they are carrying a flag that's been desecrated by changing the colors and adding a blue line, allegedly in support, beating police officers to death with fire extinguishers, shooting at them, going into the United States Capitol to kidnap and murder elected officials so that they could stop the democratic process of certifying a democratically elected president who, by the way, won by over 7 million votes. 7 million votes. Got the highest amount of votes in history. Those people went in there to murder Nancy Pelosi, to murder, they went in there to murder Mike Pence because they consider him a traitor because he spoke against their Führer. These people are Nazis. These people are human trash. So what happens? What happens? They walk in untouched. And then for a week before this event happened, Donald Trump was calling for 1 million people to go to the Capitol and fight like hell and take back, to attack and do a coup d'etat and seize power from a democratically elected government and kill all those who were trying to certify democratically elected government. And 140 voted to decertify, against certifying a democratically elected president, when claiming falsely without any evidence that the election had been stolen. When every attempt to steal the election by using false claims, conspiracy theorist claims that there was some type of, collusion between, I don't know, aliens from Mars and Elvis. I don't know. They probably used that one. I don't think I'm exaggerating. There were like 60 lawsuits. Oh, I'm sorry I lost you guys there for a second. And like 60 lawsuits that all got turned down, even by Trump-appointed judges. But now we have a bunch of this domestic white Christian Republican terrorists, because that's what they are. They're white, they're Republican, they're Christian, and they're terrorists. They just attacked the United States government and killed people. And they went in there with the intention that the guy who went in there, there was a lieutenant or captain or something like that in the Air Force. You can see him with the Air Force hat or helmet and with zip ties. They went in there to arrest and kidnap and murder people. And he was just released by a fucking judge. If that is not the most egregious example of white privilege, I don't know what is. It's horrendous. And the other one, the guy, the clown that calls himself a shaman or something, goes in there, starts crying that he's a shaman, he needs a organic diet. Judge grants it to him. And it's horrendous. It's right away. It doesn't take years of battles or of lawyers and none of that. He asked for it, judge gives it to them. So we have a problem with white supremacy and fascism within our government. We have cops, and we've been saying this for a long time, right? that there's way too many racist cops in the United States police forces. Way too many. We've been saying it, and people, oh no, you don't respect the police, or oh. Here they are taking pictures of themselves, uploading videos and of themselves without any mask, without any, just right there, here's my face, I'm proud of it, of killing police officers while I'm carrying a Back to Blue, which tells you everything we've been telling you for a long time. These people don't give a shit about Back to Blue. The only reason when they say blue lives matter is because they believe that black lives don't matter. They don't care, right? Not that they give a shit about killing cops too. Anybody who opposes these people and their Führers in the modern fascist party, aka the modern Republican Party, which by the way is dead, it's over. You guys are in trouble. You're going to have to fight those people to get your party back, I don't think it's happening. They won. They kicked your ass because you did not have the balls to stand up to this lunatics and this fascist and this racist people. Not because racism was not an issue for you, it doesn't affect me. So, I'm going to vote for an openly racist president and say that I'm not racist. Guess what? You're racist for voting for a racist person. That's right. You are what you support. So you're going to have to do some soul searching and understand that racism affects all of us. Yes. So here we are. Here we are. And I told you before you wanted to vote for the guy who said that Mexicans were rapists and murderers and, drug dealers and whatever, and some of them were good people, meaning just a small group of them or some. Those of you who thought that was no big deal, well, guess what? White supremacy is a domestic terrorism problem. And they've been telling you, that the FBI's been telling you, the intelligence service has been telling you, the entire world, your constituents, us brown people, we've been telling you, hey, you have a problem, you have a problem. Hey, sounded the alarms. Well, goddamn it, I told you so. You didn't do shit. Well, it's time you start doing something. You start outing those people. And this, you need to remove these assholes from power. All this, we need judicial appointment reform. You can't be appointing judges to the Supreme Court or any court for life. 20 years, that's it, out. Or we can debate that, but it can't be life. So, have a bunch of appointees by the fascist Trump administration, who they're the ones now setting this domestic terrorist free. And you look at the charges that some of these people are getting. It's laughable, breaking and entering or some bullshit like that. These motherfuckers attacked the United States of America. These people are domestic terrorists and they need to be arrested. And those, all these people who opposed, mainly Republicans, they opposed the closing of Guantanamo, and they don't have a problem with torturing suspects. Fantastic. Go ahead and submit this domestic terrorist to your terror, quote unquote, deterrent tactics. Go ahead. Submit him to enhanced interrogation techniques. Go ahead and put him in Guantanamo. Go ahead. Torture them like you torture suspects of other ethnicities, because you don't have a problem with torturing people, right? So go ahead and submit him to what you think should be done to terrorists. See, this is the double standard, that the white supremacy. If you are okay with these people being treated to preferential treatment, then it says you're a white supremacist, because you don't have a problem with treating white terrorists the same as terrorists of color. So see what you're going to do. I told you this shit was going to happen. It's not over. You have a large amount, millions of people who support these domestic terrorists. You have to stop it, but it starts with you. We've been opposing them forever. And Antifa is not a terrorist group. Antifa means anti-fascist. My ancestors stormed the beaches of Normandy, fought all over Europe, the Pacific, Africa, Japan, fighting fascists. My ancestors were anti-fascist. Anti-fascist. I am an anti-fascist. I oppose fascism. So go educate yourself a little bit and pick a side in history. Because if you're still supporting this attack on the United States of America by domestic terrorist, guess what you are? You're a fascist. So, and we're going to fight you till the end of the world. So, pick a side in history.